Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. You've clicked on to the long-range weather forecast discussion for July 28th to August 11th. For August 28th, from July 28th to August 1st, we're expected to have a positive NAO and a positive NAO, AO and NAO as we go through this period. Now, there's a lot of things that goes into play with our current weather pattern. We have this strong ridge and so forth across a large portion of the country. That has to do with the positive AO and the positive NAO, but also has to do with the polar cap. If you can get to that, the picture. Okay, the polar cap. And here's a look at the polar cap. And when we have a warm polar cap that is higher in the troposphere like now, it creates a vacuum for the cold negative polar cap to dominate the lower troposphere. The dominant cold negative polar cap dominates the lower troposphere, and a positive AO regime has allowed for ridging to spread across the east, and that's what we had, and that is forecast to continue for the foreseeable future, leading to a very warm pattern or very hot pattern in some areas of the country. So we're going to look at the ridge, and we have we're going to go to look at the pattern now, and we have let me get to there, to the 28th. We have a trough here over the northwest, over the northeast, and here's our ridge. Now it varies by some of the models, but we have a strong ridge here across most of the country. We also have a ridge here over the Gulf Coast. They merge, and this will result in very warm temperatures across much of the country. And this will cause a prolonged heat across much of the areas east of the Rockies. Now, in addition, we're going to take a look here. We'll have several pieces of energy that will move through, and this will bring develop a trough in the east later in the period, and this will cause a broad area of rain and thunderstorms across the east here. So we'll have showers and thunderstorms across that area. Okay, looking ahead now for August 2nd to the 6th. And you can see our strong ridge here over the west. We still have our trough here across the northeast. So the result will be, and I thought it would work this time, above normal temperatures across a broad area of the country, and forecast anomalies to be 8 degrees above normal, mainly across the northern states here. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence is near 35%, above normal precipitation here, and probability of occurrence is 35%. Now we're going to look at the period for August 7th to the 11th. Still have our strong ridge here. We also have a ridge here over the Western Atlantic, and you can see the GFS brings it into the southeast coast, as does the European ensembles, but not as far as the GFS goes, just a little bit further to the west. So this will cause very warm temperatures across the region, across much of the country. So for this forecast period, I am calling for above normal temperatures here, and I'm calling for anomalies near 8 degrees above normal. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation here. And for this region, anomaly, backing up a little bit, the probability of occurrence 35%, above normal precipitation here. Probability of occurrence is 35%. Now, another thing we're going to look at, we're going to focus on the current drought conditions across the country. Now, let me see. Okay. Okay, looking here. We have anomalous warm areas here across parts of the Northeast. And currently, you can see here we have 16.9% of the U.S. and 19.97% of the lower 48 states are in drought conditions this week. This is down 2%, down 2.6 since last week, and up since last month. And we have 77.1 million acres of major crops in U.S. are experiencing drought conditions this week. It hasn't changed since last week, and this is down since last month. And with this, we have 5.5 million people in the U.S. and 49.3 million in lower U.S. states are affected by droughts this week. This is down 14% since last week, up 13.5% since last month. And we have 33 U.S. states are experiencing moderate drought, D1 conditions, or worse this week. That's up 2 states since last week, down 1 state since last month. So these are the area. We're going to zoom in a little bit. Parts of the Middle Atlantic, they're experiencing drought. Like here, they're experiencing D1 drought conditions. Down here, South Carolina, also experiencing drought conditions. Now, this is the percent of the 7 days of precipitation that has fallen. Now, you can see that some of the areas here across the Northeast, parts of the Midwest, they're like 0.10 since last week, and we have some areas here that are 2 inches precipitation, and then we look at the percentage of normal over the last 30 days. It changes a lot. Very dry here, which we know because we've been getting extreme temperatures here, forest fires, and this will add to the dangerous situation for fires and droughts across much of the country. So, well, especially the West, but it seems to be developing in some areas of the country also. So that's something to watch as we go through the month of August, all right, and into early fall. So that is the long-range weather forecast discussion for July 28th to August 11th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.